So when it comes to character selection in Blackout, your choices are somewhat limited. That is, unless you embark on the journey to unlock certain characters. Now oddly enough, most of the playable characters have missions that you need to complete in actual matches of Blackout. Some of these range from somewhat easy to ridiculously hard. I've had quite a few requests to cover some of these unlockable characters, so I'll be doing just that. First up, we have Seraph, and she was recently made unlockable after an update the other day. Prior to that, her mission wasn't able to be completed. So to unlock Seraph, she actually has 3 Blackout requirements. First, find her specialist weapon, the Annihilator Pistol. Second, place in the top 5, but we'll revisit that in just a second. Third, finish the match with the Annihilator Pistol in your inventory. Now first and foremost here, the second objective is a bit glitched. It says you have to place in the top 5 in solos, but this seems to be incorrect. I placed 13th myself and unlocked her, so I think it should say top 15 instead of top 5. Regardless, this number seems to change with the game mode. As for the last requirement, you simply need to win the match or die within the top 15 places with the Annihilator Pistol still in your belongings in order for it to register. So the first thing that needs answered is, where is her Annihilator Pistol located? They made it sort of a puzzle to acquire it. The destination you need to go is at the firing range. Now unfortunately, this is smack dab in the center of the map, so you can anticipate anywhere from 2 to 5 people landing with you each and every time. Seriously, I tried to do this challenge over 15 times and not once was I ever alone here. That alone makes this one of the hardest character unlock challenges in Blackout. Not everyone has the skill base to clear multiple enemies, which is precisely what you need to do in order to even start this one. Now once you're dropping in firing range, your target is a puke green covered building, and this is where the Annihilator Puzzle is. Once you land here, quickly scavenge the entire building for a weapon to make sure you can defend yourself. If you luck out and there's no enemies nearby, you may be able to start the challenge right away. I say may be able to because it requires a certain weapon type. You must have one of the 3 pistols in order to get the Annihilator. And those pistols include the Strife, the Mozu, or the RK-7 Garrison. Luckily, there's usually at least one of these spawning nearby in the firing range, if not in the exact building itself. Now once the coast is clear and you've got one of those 3 pistols, you can finally get the Annihilator Pistol. Or can you? Did I mention there's also an element of luck to this challenge? In this puke green building on the western wall are 2 wooden tables, and this is the exact spot on your minimap. Now on the left wooden table, there can be a box that spawns here, and this is the Annihilator box. However, it doesn't spawn every game, so I highly advise you to check this table before you go through the trouble of acquiring a pistol. If you land here and see no box, you can feel free to restart the match. If the box does spawn and you have one of the 3 pistols and the coast is clear, then all you have to do is shoot the odd looking target behind the sandbags with your pistol. Now there was speculation that you had to shoot each and every one of these targets, which is what you see me doing in all my clips. However, upon further review, you truly only need to hit the odd looking target. As soon as you do, the box will open up and you can grab the Annihilator Pistol. Your next mission is to get a single kill with the Annihilator itself. Unfortunately, it only has 6 rounds and that's it. As far as I know, there's no way to replenish these either, but if someone does know a way, feel free to leave it in the comments and then I'll pin it. Luckily though, this pistol is incredibly strong. I've only ever required 2 shots to kill, and sometimes it only takes 1. As long as you're precise with this due to its low ammo, you should be okay. Now once you get a single kill with this, it's time to camp it up. The average player won't make it to the top 15, so you have to put on your best newbie booby shoes and go invisible. I myself found one of the firing range's towers, and then I climbed up it and laid completely motionless. I did have the bright idea of placing a trophy system down next to me, but I was completely unaware that it made a humming noise that everyone could hear within 5 miles. And this of course led to me almost dying to a guy that tried to bamboozle me. I also lucked out incredibly with the circle. It stayed in the firing range area until the top 16, and I only left when I was forced to. Even if you hear footsteps running near you, don't move until the circle absolutely makes you. Now I don't care how you achieve it, just find a good hiding spot and camp it out. Hopefully the circle will favor you as it did me. There's nothing more frustrating than going through all the effort of this challenge only to die before the top 15. If everything goes your way though, you should finally unlock Seraph. Now before I end this video, I did want to mention that you absolutely should use each and everything at your disposal in that puke green building. As I said, there's going to be tons of people in the vicinity. And there's 2 entrances to the building you need to be in. Not to mention there's also a hole in the center that someone can enter from both sides, so be on guard for that as well. If there's mesh mines, utilize them at both entrances. If there's a razor wire or barricade, place those down as well. A lot of people know about this challenge now, so everyone's attempting to do it, which means everyone's going to be flocking in the green building. Now I consider myself a decently skilled player at Blackout, and I had to do this challenge about 15 times before I finally got the weapon. Sometimes you'll get no gun at all and die right away. Sometimes you'll get a pistol right off the bat, but there's no box that spawns. Sometimes you'll get the box to spawn, but then there's no pistol in the area. And sometimes you'll get the Annihilator and then get killed by someone camping in a corner. The fact that it's all luck based as to whether the box spawns or not doesn't help either. And just of note, the pregame lobby doesn't correlate to a real match. As you can see here, in this pregame lobby I landed at the firing range and no box spawned. I assumed that's how it was going to be in the actual match as well. But upon landing there, the box did spawn. So if you don't see it in the pregame lobby, don't back out, because it could still spawn. Now I would say acquiring the Annihilator Pistol itself is the hardest part of this challenge, but surviving until the top 15 could prove to be most difficult for the average Joe. Just keep at it and your persistence should eventually pay off. With a little RNG luck, you'll be annihilating the competition in no time.